I was driving on the highway the other day, and she's participating in this campaign recently with Generali that I was.
You were crossing it.
I was passing a giant banner and her face of like, I don't know what is the title says, but I was like, oh my God, I know that lady. Hi, this is Sonia from Sunny Budapest. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a special guest. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, but I've been receiving inquiries about what happens after we purchased the property, what are the steps and the aftercare that we have to think of. And one of it that nobody talks about, that when you're buying a property, it's recommended that you have a insurance, especially when you're trying to rent it out through management company. They will require you to have an insurance. So I thought that I'm gonna sit down with Eszter and we will talk about it, what it looks like, and how to submit the request, how to even find her, and what to expect throughout. So I'm going to let her introduce, and I think just in briefly, like from the beginning, for how long you've been in this business, and I would love to.
Okay.
We would love to hear that.
Okay. Hello. Nice to see you. I'm Eszter Balázs. And I work for a Generali insurance company for 20 years. So it's my first workplace, and it's, I believe, a very big period that I have experience on selling insurance. And throughout these 20 years, I built up a business with 2 assistants, and I find it a great help to clients that they are not alone. So they come to a country because I'm specialized on expats insurances, and I feel that when they are here, they are not speaking the language, so even sometimes they do not even know anything about insurance in their own country. So if they come to Hungary, they are very happy.
Even more confusing.
Yeah, so they are very happy to have very important tools about insurances indeed. And how we met is that some people are thinking that, okay, I have a property, what can happen? But of course, a lot of risks are there to how you should protect your own property. It's really it's your biggest wealth, so it's very important to have an insurance.
And so, by the way, Eszter is, I'm sorry for interrupting, but Eszter is introducing in a very reserved and a very kind way that I'm one of the agents, but no, she's actually one of the biggest representing Generali, and I would think that is the biggest one in the expat society here in Hungary, and she's very well recognized. After, as she said, it's been 18 years that she is in this field, and again, English is such a useful language to know, especially when you're working with expats, and especially when you are deciding big decisions. One is healthcare, for example, or we starting out with the property insurance, because that's what is very related to me. But Eszter is also going to talk about the possibilities, because they are also very big with the healthcare part of it, but I'm sure that you have the car insurance.
Yeah, of course. So it's some people are thinking that I'm only selling that type of insurance where we are meeting with each other, but we are having a full portfolio. So actually, even for individuals, so as for companies, we are providing all kind of insurances. So if people are searching for possibilities, I have 2 assistants. So one of them speaks fluent English, so we are there from the first point until if they have a claim, if they did not get a receipt, or they have any question, or they have any kind of insurance need, we are let's say always available, one of us, to answer to questions, because that gives a good secure feeling, that I do not need to care about insurance, because someone is doing that for me. Someone is always available if I do have any questions about it.
And would you say, like, what is the most that service that people requiring for is this the health insurance?
Let's say health insurance. I mean, if I'm talking about expats, and also if I'm talking about Hungarians or locals, health insurance, health service provider insurances are the top ones, because we do have local insurances which are good for those that are only located here. And we do have international ones which are interesting, because people are moving. Sometimes they stay here. They would like to use the service here, and there are worldwide packages too. So they can. It's like a two-in-one. So it's a health service provider in Hungary, but it's a kind of a travel insurance as well. I mean, of course, it's not for the lost baggage, but mainly for all kind of medical costs around the world. It's all.
Because I knew that we are going to have this talk. I had a gathering with other American expats last week, and somebody that just so happened to have this conversation out of blue, and she is with Generali. She's from California, and then I asked her, like, okay, what is your experience? Like, would you recommend it? She said yes. I know that this is a free promo, but that was like a general one-on-one conversation, private conversation with her, and the reason why is because they're constantly traveling, and she said it covers them in entire Europe.
Yes, yeah, so it's true. It's not only Hungary, and what is interesting, it's not only the EU, but it's a geographical Europe that is insured in those packages, which has a Europe territory, and some of them are having worldwide coverage. But I believe that those that are mainly in Europe, traveling around Europe, for them it's a very good thing.
And she was telling me that back in the States they would pay $1,200 a month for two, because they are a married couple, but here it's $300 for two of them for 3 months.
Yeah, it all depends on the age, so I wouldn't go into details with the amounts, but really, I mean, especially for Americans, I think these insurances are really for, let's say, not free of charge, but it's really like pennies.
Affordable.
So, yeah, affordable. Yeah.
So I'm going to jump back to the property insurance, because I know that Esther's favorite topic is the health insurance, but mine is the property, because that's.
But we are not fighting with that at all.
We're not gonna fight over this, but this is what usually it happens in my case. Sorry, I'll just turn on this iPad. So this is usually what happens in my case, that we successfully be closing for a person, and maybe someone like. Recently, I just closed for someone from Alaska. He was only here for 12 hours, and then not familiar, first time in Budapest, so not familiar with system, not necessarily familiar with European system or anything. And then there are the questions that, okay, so what's next?
Yeah, and too many information, I believe, in one time. So it's like it helps to them as well. That's what I feel, that if we put together all the things that they need, and insurance is surely one of the most important, because sometimes it happens that let's hope that they will all have nice rentals, but if someone will ruin the apartment or the furniture, then we do have an extra liability, a special liability insurance for rentals insurance package. So there are a lot of things why it's really it is the guarantee of your safety.
Right. So I created this booklet and then call it aftercare service. And insurance, indeed, is one of the steps where I am recommending to my clients to contact, and for me it's very, very easy and very, very convenient that I can just tell my client, like, okay, this is the email address.
Yes.
And this is how you reach out to her, and this is my recommendation. And the fact that she speaks English and the team speaks English and they don't need my involvement, it's just...
Yes, we do have a form, but
priceless.
actually we are about to make it as quick and as easy as it can be. So if we can build it up in this process, then maybe we can have a small chat, just an online chat, so
Yes.
as how you work, to get all those information that we need. We give a quick quote, and then if it's accepted, then
Yes.
then everything is settled.
Yes, because the future you, when you get to this part, then they always come back to me and they say, like, Sonia, do you know how old is the building? What year the building was built? Like,
That's why it's better to do it just in one step. We have everything.
One of those questions, and they come back to me. Do you know that? And I'm like, right. So I know that your team has been working to just send them out.
Yes.
Instead of, yeah.
Yes. So we were talking about it already to help to clients as well to do those steps for them.
Right.
So it's to make it as quick as possible and as smooth as possible, so that they just feel the assistance, but no extra work from your side.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. That's our goal.
That's fine. But the point is that that you will, like, very, very confidently you can reach out to Eszter's team, and they're going to assist you from A to Z. And of course, also, like, because we've been already working, most of the clients are purchasing investment property, so we know that at some point the property is going to be rented out, whether it's short term, aka Airbnb, or long term, or anything. And just like I mentioned in the beginning, the management company is going to require the insurance,
for sure,
regardless. And my observation is that the property insurance, of course, based on the quote and everything, but it's normally like $300 for a year.
Yeah, it's about that. I think it's not really more than that. It depends on if it's furnished and if it's with a very special furniture, but I think it's not more than that.
Right, right. So just like approximately, like, I'm throwing this number there so that you know that you're not paying thousands of dollars every month in Budapest for property insurance. And the more interesting part, because this is usually, it's very straightforward, and like Eszter mentioned, they are going to come up even with a questionnaire form, and you just fill it out and send it and approve the quote, and there you have the insurance. But what happens? And I believe that's Eszter's aftercare package. So what happens if you have a damage in the apartment? And I think this one is a more exciting topic to talk about. And just in front of me, I'm holding my iPad, and when Eszter was sitting down, I'm like, oh, what a coincidence that one of our clients' apartment, unfortunately, there was a leakage, and this is, something that it's not a secret, but you're buying into most of the time in historical buildings, in 5-6-story buildings, and accidents happens, meaning there is leakage, the pipe breaks.
Someone is having a renovation, or just simply because of the age of the pipes. It can happen. So this is one of the most frequent type of risk and claim by house insurance, is the leakage, actually.
Exactly.
Although people are more afraid statistically always about what if they break in, but that is, of course, it's a big loss if you are living in the apartment and all your belongings or very valuable things are stolen. But the leakage is the most frequent type of claim. Yes.
So I was working in this apartment this morning because I know that Esther and Esther's teams are responding immediately, but we cannot expect, of course, for them to come and take the pictures. But again, because most of the clients are overseas, so I'm taking the liberty and entering in this apartment if needed, if for some reason is not with the management companies yet or anything, but in this case, this is what happened. I think this is by the way, general common sense that in these pictures we want to show the damage what we are
because it's important that the insurance company, I mean, there are some cases when you have to avoid a bigger damage to happen or a more expensive case to occur, and therefore you do actions to not to have that big claim. So this is also our task as an insurance company, that as much as you can do to stop the claim and that status, that is really crucial. So if, for example, it's a claim when you immediately have to call someone, then you should take photos, videos, so everything what will show us what was the status at the point when you recognize the claim. And then we will, of course, attach it to the claim file, and the claim adjuster will make an appointment, get into the apartment, also have a look at the case, or if it's a smaller thing, then sometimes they have video call claim adjuster process, or sometimes they're just calling that, okay, I know what steps you need to do, you have to paint, you have to do this or that, is it okay for you if I pay this much of money to you? And then if you accept it, then the process is like they transfer the money, and then it's your turn to have it repaired.
So just for clarity, let's just one more time to walk through the steps. So if I notice that it's a damage happened, I think the first and most important is that I'm contacting the building manager. And the building manager, the building itself might have insurance, some type of insurance.
Yes.
Because the first step is to understand whether is my fault, meaning that it happened in my apartment,
in your apartment,
or it's from the building side, right?
Yes, but to be honest, I'm doing a kind of a combination of insurance. While let's say that in any case, I put a certain part of insurance for the flat itself, which is also for the detached house, so for the pipes. So even though there are, in most of the cases, there are a collective insurance for the house, which of course would compensate this leakage claim, still it can also be compensated through our policy, so that I know that it will surely be paid. We will announce the claim. We know what to write.
So I can just send an email to you.
Yeah, you send me an email. You attach photos, videos. You write a few sentences about what has happened, on which date. You give your bank account number or the client's bank account number where the claim should be transferred, and then the process starts. And the more information you provide, the better the claim adjuster can decide, maybe even without entering the apartment, how much you should pay for you. And if it's a bigger thing, you can ask for a kind of an investigation from a company, that how much of money would it pay if you would renovate it for me, and then you hand in those documents. We will check how exaggerated, because sometimes some companies are, when they hear that there's an insurance company in between, they like to put some extra costs in it. So we help to clients to see what is realistic, so don't pay too much. And once the process has been done, we give the insurance company will pay this.
So basically, just to like, this is actually amazing. Not so amazing for everybody, but this is really just happening. So we got damaged under the sink because of a leakage from the neighbor upstairs, or under the sink, because I think it runs through over the wall, and the entire cabinet got damaged, water damaged.
Oh, so it's like you have to replace it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The entire thing fell off, unfortunately. And so we spent in IKEA over $600 to replace the cabinet, and plus we are going to have the expenses from the handyman to put back the cabinet. So then if we are sending the email, then we are going to also attach the receipt.
Yes.
And the invoice from the repairing man, and then based on that, maybe you can adjust.
Yes.
Of course, on behalf of Generali, but you can adjust the claim as long as it's realistic and you have the proof of submitted the actual invoices and
yes.
bills.
What I would say is a command which I experience sometimes, that this is a Hungarian thing. Sorry to say, but in other European countries, insurance companies are, for example, if your furniture, if your belonging gets ruined, depending on what means ruined, maybe even a leakage, then they replace everything. Then you can buy a complete new thing, although that furniture, that stuff which remained are, like, let's say, in a 90% okay condition. And I heard from a lot of experts, as I have a lot of foreign clients, that they thought that they will just buy from everything new. And I had to inform them, and this is very important, that okay, what is rational? I mean, would you, if it's not paid by the insurance company, would you throw that thing away or not? So this is the, let's say, the logic behind. So if you are always thinking with the head of the insurance company that of course we are happy to pay every claim of yours if it's realistic, then every experience will be positive. So always when there are small things coming in between, or because of misunderstanding or things are different in their country. So that's why I say that it's very important to have local information and to educate clients how it works here.
Absolutely. I think this is very, very useful information. So thank you. So then I can immediately convey all this information to the apartment owner who is right now, even though that this is his fifth apartment, he would not know how to file a claim because first experience, right? So I think this one is a very, very useful to the community to understand how to do this. Even, like it looks like little things, but again, you're dealing in a foreign country, in a foreign language, so this is
this is important.
Very important. So you mentioned health insurance would be the number one, though, that people are approaching to you, and I'm just wondering, like, what are the cases? Like, I know that those clients that I am referring to you are those that are actually relocating over here, and they are applying some sort of visa,
residence
or
permit,
residency permit, or some kind of
work permit, or any kind of
any kind, and then they ask if I have anyone who speaks English and able to, also as well good professional. So we're looking at two things here. It's not enough just to be a good professional, but we also have to communicate the same language.
And I believe that if we are talking about any type of insurance, the most important thing is not just, I mean, with a Google Translator, anyone can sell an insurance. This is not the point when our service is so important. So this is not important at that part. It's really crucial when anything happens, when you would like to use the service, and I'm sure that everyone needs assistance. That okay, this is the first time when I need to go to the doctor. What shall I do? And depending on what type of product we are talking about, one of them, the local one, has an assistant. You call a number, and then they make an appointment for you, depending on what kind of illness, disease you have. They are leading you to Duna Medical Center, to Swiss Clinic, to Mammoth, all the big private clinics. So we have a very huge list where you can go, and then while you are there, you don't need to pay anymore because they organize the appointment, and the insurance company and the health service provider is dealing with the money at the background. So this is like as you would have a sports pass. So you are paying in advance for the time when you do not wish to pay out of your pocket. So it's like, and of course there are services every year. You can go to a preventive checkup. So this is the local one, and of course there are packages. What is your main goal? Just to have laboratory tests and diagnostical things, and mainly just smaller things, or you are focused on if you have to go to a hospital, if you have to have a surgery, or even cancer treatment. Not talk about nice things, sorry, but things can happen like this.
Right.
Or physiotherapy. So this is the local one, while the international one gives an incredible freedom, depending on how you look at it. But there's a free choice where you would like to go. So you make your own appointment. But also, if there is enough time, then the payment is done automatically between the company and the health service provider. If there's not enough time, then you you ask for an invoice, you pay the medical service, and then they reimburse that amount for you. And for example, over there are more interesting things as well, like they are paying for drugs and dressings, which of course is not like when you have a headache, but if you would need a very expensive treatment, or if someone is at the age that they would like to have a baby, and we do have maternity care packages, or you can extend it with dental care. So it's really an incredibly huge a huge list of services.
I remember that we had somebody who they were like, I think the wife was Hungarian and the husband American, and they were going back and forth.
Yes.
And they realized that it's cheaper to sign up with the insurance that it's gonna cover them.
Yes.
Over there as well as
here. Yes.
But if they are signing up here, it's somewhat cheaper than if they would do that.
Yes, in the state by some companies, it depending on the income of the client in some regions. I don't know it in general, so it's not always a fixed price. It depends on a lot of factors, but mainly, so I cannot tell you like it's half of it, but it's really in many cases it's much less than taking it out in the US, and then they have a worldwide coverage, which also helps them here, and this is all accepted by the immigration office. Where let's get back to your question, because that was a main point. So I meet clients daily, mainly online, so not always in person, and they have a need that, of course, the immigration office tells them what requirements they have to fulfill, and then they are happy because we know what insurance they need for it, and then we show them the what are the possibilities, and then they can choose what suits their need. Yeah. So of course it's not every plan is good for everyone. So we are. That's why our service is also critical or very precious, because we are helping to find the best solution for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, the suitable one.
But I find it still incredible, just to jump back a little bit to the previous one, that you're able to provide an insurance here that it will cover me in the United States.
Yes, yes.
Because, you know,
there
I'm
are
sure
some extra charge, but still with that, because I was just telling it very simple, like Europe-wide coverage, worldwide coverage, but indeed, for US, it's a third category, let's say. So there is 100% of extra charge on top of the worldwide coverage for US. But still, even with all these factors, this is much less than if they would take it out in the US.
So it's more affordable than. Yeah,
yes,
because,
and the overall limits, which is very important. So they are like, of course, something that is a remarkable amount. So they do not need to be afraid that it will not be enough while they are in the US, because, of course, costs, medical costs are another story than in Hungary. So
I know.
yeah.
I know. So I'm wondering if before someone contacts you, do you have a website? And at that website, is it possible to just, I know that it's very specific based on age and everything, but just to see that what kind of packages are available, do you have something like that?
No, I do have a bilingual web page. They can contact me through that, and let's say that the general information are there about in Hungarian and in English, so they can check what are the possibilities. So, but of course, it's always better to have a personal offer. So for that, there is a contact form. So then they can just fill it out, and then.
We will put it in the description, Eszter's website, and then you can just browse it through at your convenience.
Yes,
that's a good idea. So I think we covered pretty much a lot. Of course, you know, just like we mentioned right in the beginning, that anything that you can think of, insurance. Eszter is here to help. If you have a car, then with a car insurance, or I don't know, like what are the
savings, accident insurance. So there are a lot of things.
That's right, the savings.
Yes.
What if I have in a Hungarian bank account, and that's where I am receiving the rent?
We do have possibilities to
maximize that
profit.
Maybe in a separate video we're gonna talk about that, because I think it's already a lot of information.
Yes. So, let's not overload you.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to go all over the place, but that's true. And especially, I don't even want to continue with this one. So I think this is a lot of information already. If you would like to have a separate video with Eszter, and you have some questions to her, or something that more specific, and you want us to go into more details, then comment below. Or
just if you just have a current insurance, but you have any questions, or you are not yet about to take out a policy, but wondering how anything works, like you are willing to bring your car, how the system works. So I believe that there are a lot of things. So
that's very good to mention. Like, if you want to bring your car.
So there are so many local things that I think it would be very overloading to know. So we are there to help you. Everyone has its own story, own case, what they are going to have. Or for example, if you buy a car here, then you have to have the insurance before you go to the car center to take the car, because the number plate on the car is attached with the registration process, and for the registration process they need the insurance. And sometimes they offer you that if you are in the car center, okay, you can take out an insurance, which is very convenient, but the problem is that that lady might not be there anymore after 1 year, or they will not help by the claim part or whatever. So this is important to get this information in advance and to be prepared.
Yeah, this is very good information that I didn't even think of. So Esther, thank you so much for giving us so much information on insurance, and I hope it was also useful to you. And then again, please give us a like and subscribe. I have to say that, but you know, the like is really giving me a feedback if this is something that was useful to you to listen to. And so we will continue to put out more informational videos like this in the future. So
I'm happy for the invitation, and I hope you liked it. So if you have any questions, or you think that you would like to hear something in the future, just tell to Sonia, and then we will organize another meeting like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Again, thank you so much, guys, and see you next time.